I just finished my workout for today. This workout is written as a 20-minute Tabata style HIIT workout. Tabata means 10 seconds rest, 20 seconds of work times 8 rounds. That's 4 minutes. So we will be doing each exercise for 4 minutes before moving on to the next exercise. There are 5 exercises, and so the whole workout is going to take 20 minutes. However, I decided to sneak in little sets of push-ups before each of those 4-minute segments. So my workout actually ended up taking me closer to 30 minutes. I wanted to do a total of 100 push-ups today, so I was doing sets of 20. So before each exercise, I did 20 push-ups. The push-ups are optional. You don't have to do them. You can just do those 5 exercises that make up the 20 minutes of Tabata style HIIT, and your workout can be 20 minutes long, and that's fine. If you want to work on push-ups with me, but you don't think you can do 100 push-ups, then you can do smaller sets, okay? So I did 5 sets of 20. You can do sets of 5 or 10 or 15, whatever is gonna be manageable for you. And again, you don't have to do push-ups at all if you don't want to. I just felt like I needed to work on my push-ups, so I decided to add them in at the last minute. So other than the push-ups, there are 5 exercises. I will show them to you very briefly before we begin, because I don't have a lot of time today. So exercise number 1 is going to be a reverse lunge with a jump up. So I'm going to start standing in a neutral position. This will be my standing leg. With the other foot, I'm going to lunge behind me, so stepping the foot back, bending both knees, sinking down into the lunge as low as you can. I'm also going to reach down with my hand and touch the ground next to this front foot, towards the inside of this foot. Now on the way up, I'm going to take this back leg and drive the knee up as high as I can, and I'm going to jump. So I'm going to press this standing foot into the ground and propel myself up as high as I can into the air. So lunge back, touch down, and now knee up and jump up. We will be staying on one leg for the entire work interval. So right into the next rep, stepping back with that foot, sinking down into the lunge, touching down to the inside of this foot if you can, and then on the way up, this knee's gonna come up, driving the knee up and jumping up. Lunge, jump, lunge, jump. We will alternate legs with each work interval, so you will end up doing a total of 4 work intervals on each leg. So 8 intervals of that exercise is going to equal 4 minutes. After that first 4 minutes, we will move directly on to the next exercise. So coming down on my mat, I'm going to be using 1 dumbbell for this. This dumbbell weighs 5 pounds. That feels light to me. So if you want to add weight to this, just make sure that whatever weight you're grabbing feels light to you. Okay, so this is 5 pounds. You may need something lighter or heavier. That depends on your strength, on your level of fitness, on what you have available to you, and on how hard you're looking to push yourself today. So please make the decision that is best for you. If you don't have dumbbells, you can use a water bottle or a can of soup. So look for household items that will work. You don't have to add weight at all. So I will show you an equipment-free modification after I show you what I was doing. But if you want to add weight, just make sure that whatever you're using for weight feels light to you. So I'm going to come down on my mat. This bottom arm is going to, I'm going to have the elbow bent. I'm going to be up on my elbow for support. My top knee is going to be bent. This foot is flat on the mat. With this bottom leg, I'm going to extend it straight out in front of me, okay? I'm going to hold on to the dumbbell with this top hand, and it's going to start, the dumbbell is going to start up here by my shoulder, okay? This is my starting position. I feel like Michael Jackson on the cover of Thriller, or like, what's the, like Burt Reynolds, when he, right? But I don't know. What the hell am I talking about? I feel like Burt Reynolds. Okay, so this is our starting position. We're starting in the Burt Reynolds Playgirl pose, and then you can unzip your shirt if you would like. From here, I said I don't have a lot of time today. I'm out here goofing around, acting like a moron. Okay, from here, I'm going to extend. So keep this leg as straight as you can. Okay. If your leg is bent because you don't have the flexibility to keep it straight, that's fine. But what I'm doing is kind of pointing that toe, like I'm trying to like reach and touch that wall over there with my toe, okay? So really extending, not just straightening the knee, but kind of like pushing that leg out and really extending it as far as I can. Okay, and from here, I'm going to lift this bottom leg straight up as high as I can in front of me. As I'm doing that, I'm gonna press the weight up, and I wanna extend this arm as far as I can as well. I wanna really straighten this top arm, and I'm going to bring the weight to meet this foot, okay? So, lifting the leg, pressing the weight up overhead, and they're gonna meet in the middle, okay? They might not touch, that's fine, but that's what you're visualizing, that's what you're going for, okay? So, lift the leg, press the weight. Okay, so really feeling that in the obliques, and if you don't wanna add weight, you can do the same thing without any added weight, okay? So you can start with this arm extended over you, you can keep it straight the whole time. And then as you lift your leg, just bring the hand, that top hand, over to meet the leg, okay? It's still a great exercise, even without any added weight. So again, we will stand one side for the entire work interval. With each work interval, we will switch sides. So you'll do 20 seconds on that side, then you have 10 seconds to flip over and assume your reverse Burt Reynolds pose, or Michael Jackson pose, whatever you prefer, and then start on the other side, okay? So then another 20 seconds on the other side, without weight or with weight, okay? Your choice. But that's the exercise. We will alternate with each work interval, 8 work intervals, so you'll end up doing a total of 4 intervals on each side, which will take another 4 minutes, and then we will move directly on to exercise number 3. Well, you can move directly on to exercise number 3. I will be doing a set of push-ups before I move on to exercise number 3. That's optional, but here's exercise number 3. Exercise number 3 is punch, punch, crunch. So I will show you first without the weights. I have my feet wide apart, wider than my shoulders. Keep those knees soft, okay? Don't lock your knees. Keep the knees soft, and you're gonna do 2 cross body punches, okay? So with this hand, I'm gonna punch across my body this way, and then I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. So with this hand, I'm gonna punch across my body this way. Now from this position, I'm going to twist my body, and I'm going to lift this leg, bringing the knee to meet the opposite elbow, like this, a little oblique crunch, okay? Then I'll continue on the other side. So now punching to this side first, punch, and now this foot that's kind of already off the ground a little bit is going to, I'm gonna lift the knee, twist, and meet the knee with the opposite elbow, okay? Punch, punch, crunch, punch, punch, crunch. So you're alternating sides with each rep. Punch hard, okay? So, that's the exercise with no added weight. Go as fast as you can, punch as hard as you can. I'm going to be doing that while holding on to my light set of dumbbells. Again, these are 5 pounds a piece. Water bottles will work. Cans of soup might be a little too wide for this. I guess it depends on how big your hands are. But if you have like cans of soup, if you feel you can maintain a firm grasp on them throughout this exercise, you can try that. But I think water bottles will probably be better. But again, the equipment-free version of this exercise is fine. If you want to hold weights, make sure they feel light to you, and make sure that it's something you can maintain a firm grip on the entire time. But I was doing the same thing, just holding on to 5 pound dumbbells. So punch, punch, crunch, punch, punch, crunch. So you can see why the weights need to be light, because this is meant to be a cardio exercise. You can do this exercise with heavy weights. I've done it with heavy weights before, but you have to slow it down a lot. It's more of like a, punch, punch. and then your crunch. This is meant to be a cardio exercise. You want to keep it moving as quickly as you can. So if you are going to add weights, make sure that your weights feel light to you. So again, we will do 8 intervals of punch, punch, crunch, which takes 4 minutes. And then we will move on to exercise number 4. So for this, again, you're going to need a mat, an exercise mat, or a yoga mat, or a towel, something that you can kneel down on comfortably. And we're going to be doing these, what am I calling these? Quad press-ups. I think that's what I'm calling them. So you're gonna start on your knees, upright, this upright position, and then have your knees and your feet as close together as you can. They can be touching, that's fine. You can have them wider if you need to, and you can have them somewhere in between, okay? But try to keep them as close together as you can to increase the difficulty. If you have your knees a little wider, it'll make the exercise a little bit easier. This is also going to depend on how flexible your hips are. I happen to have very flexible hips. So for me, this exercise is not challenging in that aspect, not challenging as far as having my knees together. I can still sink all the way down. You may or may not be able to get your booty like all the way down onto your feet. Hey, Squirrely. Did you hear that squirrel? Oh my God, these squirrels amuse me. So same thing, if your knees are wider apart, just lean back as far as you can. If this is how far you can go, that's fine. If you have flexible hips and you're able to sink all the way down so that your booty is actually touching the ground or touching your heels, that's great. Just work to your own level, work within your own range of motion. But that's the exercise. Okay, so we're just going to be, I did a version of this exercise in yesterday's workout and I really liked it. So I'm doing, I brought it back today. So anyway, just lean back and now engage those quads and lift yourself back up, return to your starting position, okay? So sit back as far as you can, engage those quads, and use your quads to lift yourself back up. That is your equipment-free modification. Again, I was doing the same thing, holding on to my 5-pound dumbbells. So grab your water bottles or whatever weight you're using that feels light to you, and as you sink down, you're gonna bring the weights up in front of you like a counterweight, and then engage those quads, and as you lift yourself back up, you're gonna bring the weights all the way behind you and touch them together behind you, okay? So that is what I was doing, and you can do it with or without weights. That is exercise number 4. The 5th and final exercise is just jump rope. So I always kind of jog in place like this while I'm jumping rope. Any style of jump rope you want to do is fine. So if you are more comfortable jumping with your feet together, then jump with your feet together. If you're super good at jump rope, you can do a more challenging variation that requires more skill or more coordination. You can do high knees, jump rope jacks. You can jump side to side. You can do twist jumps. Any jump rope variation you want to do is fine. We're doing 8 intervals of jump rope, so you can even mix it up and do a different variation with each interval. Whatever you want to do is fine. If you don't have a jump rope, not a problem. They actually sell jump ropes without the rope. It's like 2 little handles that you hold. Why you need to hold on to 2 little handles to jump over a non-existent rope is beyond me. So I don't see why you can't just pretend to be holding on to jump rope handles and pretend that there's a rope that you're jumping over, and just pretend to jump rope with me or jump with your feet together, okay? That's totally fine. If you don't want to do that, then honestly, any type of cardio exercise will work. So you can do high knees, you can do jumping jacks, you could do side jump lunges, you could do toe taps. So you could have like a low plyo box or a stool or a chair or something and tap the toes up on your chair. You could do mountain climbers. Okay, any cardio exercise you want to do is fine. Hopefully that is all clear. You're going to watch me do it right now, and remember that I always take the time to type out the instructions in the description box below the video. So read the instructions, watch me do it, and as always, if anything is unclear, if you have questions about the format, or if you need to see beginner modifications, please just ask. I'm always here to help with that. But hopefully I covered everything. So if you are ready to do this workout with me right now, go ahead and grab a mat or a towel, something that you can lie down on comfortably, kneel down on comfortably. Grab your jump rope if you have one, if you're using one. Grab a light set of weights if you want to add weight. Set your timer for 10-second rest intervals, 20-second work intervals times 8 rounds. Take a minute to make sure you're good and warmed up, and when you are ready, let's go. Okay, so I'm just starting with a set of 20 push-ups. You can do the push-ups, not do the push-ups. You can do sets of 5, 10, 15, whatever works for you. I'm going to be doing a set of push-ups before each of our other 5 exercises. So 20 push-ups, here we go. It's just something I decided I wanted to do at the last minute because I don't feel like I'm doing enough push-ups. I'm not happy with how difficult that set of 20 was for me, and so I want to start just working on them a little more, get a little better at them. So I just thought today I could sneak in one little set before each of these other exercises, and I'll only add like, I don't know, 10 minutes or so to the whole workout. So it should still be done plus or minus 30 minutes or so. So now for our first Tabata style exercise. So timer is set for 10 seconds rest, 20 seconds work, times 8 rounds. Starting as always with our 10-second rest interval. We're starting with reverse lunge and jump up. So we'll stay on one leg for the entire work interval, and we'll switch legs with each work interval. So reverse lunge, touching that hand down next to that front foot if you can, and then on the way up, taking this back leg, driving the knee up and jumping up. Now switching legs. So this will be my standing foot. This leg's gonna lunge back, touch down, and jump up, driving that knee up as high as you can in front of you. 4 minutes of these is going to be really, really hard. Just do your best. Switching legs. Switch legs. We're halfway done. 2 more intervals on each side. course, it's harder as you fatigue to maintain focus. And to maintain control over the movement. That's the point of Tabata. Not to lose focus and not to not be able to do the movements with control. But to exhaust yourself. One more time on each side. Make sure I didn't lie. I didn't. This is the last time. Push. If you're doing push-ups, start your next set of 5 or 10 or 20 or 50, however many you're doing, as soon as you're able. If you're not doing push-ups, skip ahead to the next exercise. I need a few seconds to catch my breath. There's no doubt in my mind that I will not be able to do 20 push-ups without stopping, so I'm going to try to do 10. And then hopefully another 10. So, still breathing really hard. My heart rate's still really elevated, but I'm kind of going to start. I'm going to try to do at least these first 10 without stopping if I can. Just do your best. For the final 10, I'll probably do 5 and then pause, and then do another 5, and I'm going to try to stay in plank position while I rest. That's 15. That's 20. I used to make sure I did at least 20 push-ups every day. Or I mean at least 100 push-ups every day, and I haven't been doing that for a long time, so I think it's probably time to get back to it. So this is how I'm working in my 100 push-ups for today. Next exercise, we're gonna be down the mat. I have one 5-pound dumbbell. You don't need to use a weight if you don't want to. When you're ready, we're gonna start. This is our 10-second rest interval. I'm gonna be on one elbow. Bottom leg is straight. This top leg is bent. And I'm going to, oh sorry, I want my legs straight. I'm going to kind of press the weight up overhead and bring it to the center to meet that foot. So feeling those obliques. Okay, switch sides. So bottom leg is straight. Press the weight up overhead. As you lift that bottom leg and bring the weight to the center to meet the toes of that foot on the leg that's working. Switching sides with each interval. So you need to move quickly so that you don't lose any time off your work interval. Keep that leg that's working, that bottom leg, as straight as you can. And as you extend that top arm that's holding the weight to meet the leg, try to straighten that arm all the way. And bring it all the way so that you actually touch the foot of that straight leg if you can. Okay, we're halfway done. Almost done. Just once more on each side. Weight is starting to feel heavier than 5 pounds. So do your best. This is our last interval. Push. Alternating cardio exercises with strength exercises. So my heart rate is not anywhere near as elevated as it was after the first exercise, so I can get into my push-ups a little bit quicker. I'll try to do what I did last round, do the first 10 without stopping, and then probably break up the second 10 into 2 little sets of 5, but again, I'll try to rest in plank if I can. All right, so if you're doing push-ups, let's go ahead and get started. If you're not doing push-ups, you can skip ahead. my first 10. Just gonna get these next 10 done however I can. I'm bummed at how hard these are because when I'm in really good shape with push-ups, I could do all 5 of these sets of 20 without stopping, I think, since we're breaking them up. But it's so challenging for me today. All right, I'm on 10. That's 15. Just 2 more. And 20. So next is going to be punch, punch, crunch. So if you don't want to hold weights, you can do it without the weights. So feet wide apart, soft knees, and just punch, punch, and now twist and crunch. And now punch back this way, punch and crunch. So you're alternating sides with each rep. Punch, punch, crunch. I'm going to be doing that while holding onto my dumbbells. All right, it's going to be tough. Do your best. Time has begun. Starting with our 10-second rest interval. And here we go. Punch, punch, crunch. Really punch. Extend that arm. And really punch with power. Like you're really punching something. If you started holding weights, but they're getting too heavy, you can always drop the weights if you need to. We're only halfway done. We have 4 more to go. Do your best. I know it's hard. You can see how much my pace has slowed down. Slowed it down. Did I just say slown? could pick up the pace if I dropped the weights. So it depends on where your priorities lie. I think this is our last interval. Yeah. Let's keep pushing. Just one more 20-second interval. Here we go. That's exercise number 3. Just 2 more to go. So next will be a strength training exercise. So we'll get a chance to let our heart rate come down a little bit before finishing up with jump rope. I've already done 60 push-ups and my arms are really fatigued. So I don't think I can even do 10 right now without breaking them up. So I think I'm just going to do 4 sets of 5. I think that's going to be the most efficient way for me to get these done at this point. Okay, when you're ready. I feel like I didn't necessarily need a rest after those first 5, but since I'm pacing myself for 20, I want to get them done as quickly, as efficiently as possible. So I think the best way is for me to just do 4 little sets of 5, take a short rest break in between each set. And that way, hopefully, I'll have enough strength to do each set without pausing too much. That was 10. 15. One more little mini set of 5. And I did want to finish my thought about the punch, punch, crunch. But I want to keep it moving. I'll find time to finish what I was saying. Okay, last little mini set of 5. That's 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Okay, next exercise is going to be a strength training exercise. Grab a mat or a towel or a pillow, something you can lie down on comfortably. Again, I'm going to be using my 5-pound weights. This is my lighter set of weights. You may need something lighter or heavier. It depends on your strength, on your level of fitness, what you have available to you, how hard you're looking to push yourself today. So make the decision that is best for you. Gonna be on our knees. Try to keep your knees close together if you can. And sink down and use those quads to lift yourself back up. So as I'm sinking down, my booty is coming all the way back and resting on my heels, and the weights are coming up in front of me as a counterweight. And then on the way up, the weights are coming behind my back, and I'm touching them together behind my back. Okay? So sink down, weights come in front of you as a counterweight, using those quads to push yourself back up and bringing the weights behind. If you don't have dumbbells, a couple of water bottles will work just fine for this. Maybe a couple of cans of soup. Any type of light weight that you can hold in your hands will be fine. And again, if you don't have anything you can use for weight, or you don't feel comfortable adding weight to your workout, you can do this exact same exercise without holding on to any weight. We're halfway there. 4 more rounds. So even if you started with weight, if it's getting too difficult to continue with the weight, you can drop the weights and switch to the body weight, equipment-free modification for the final 4 rounds. That's up to you. You can always drop the weight for 1 round or 1 interval or 2 intervals, just to give yourself a chance to regain some strength, and then you can pick them up again. Just do what works for you. Again, it depends on how much you want to challenge yourself today and how you want to challenge yourself. So you might want to do fewer reps with weight and really focus on that strength training aspect of it. Focus more on building muscle. Or today might be a day where you feel like dropping the weight so that you can go faster and do more reps. Get your heart rate up a little more. It's just a different way to work. It's not that one is right and one's wrong. It's not that one is better than the other. It's just what you want to do today and where you want your focus to be. And that's really what I was trying to say with the punch, punch, crunch too. Same thing. I could have a especially for those like final 4 rounds of the punch, punch, crunch, I could have gone a lot faster if I had dropped the weight and switched to the body weight modification. We got more reps, would have kept my heart rate up. So it's just whatever you feel like, where you want your focus to be. I wanted to hold on to the weights. I knew I was going to be able to do fewer reps, but that's what I wanted to work on today. So just do what works for you. All we have left is 4 minutes of jump rope. I did 80 push-ups on the day. I have 20 more to go. So I'm breaking it up into another 4 little mini sets of 5. If you're not doing push-ups, skip ahead. All we have left is 4 minutes of jump rope, bonus burpee, and then that's it. You can go stretch. Of course, I'm also going to do my little jump rope bonus today, so you can join me for that as well if you would like. First of all, let's get these push-ups done so we can move on. Okay. Same thing as last time. I had enough strength to keep going, but I'm pacing myself to do 20. So I think this is just the most efficient way to get it done. started the push-ups from your toes, you can always drop to your knees. If you started doing sets of 20, but you can't do 20 anymore, you can change it to sets of 10, sets of 5. Just work to your own level, make whatever changes you have to make it work for you. I have 2 more little mini sets of 5. Just remember to mind your form. If you're on your knees, your body should be in one straight line from your knees to your shoulders. If you're on your toes, you want one straight line from your ankles to your shoulders. Bending your elbows, lowering your chest to the ground, not your belly, not your hips, not your forehead. Okay, so keep those hips high. Keep that core nice, strong, tight, and engaged. Don't drop your hips. Don't let your head bob up and down. Keep your head still. And let's finish these last 5 reps. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. If you can no longer lower your chest all the way to the ground, just come as low as you can, okay? Don't try to compensate for that by lowering some other body part to the ground, like your hips or your belly or your head, okay? If you can't get your chest down to the ground anymore, that's fine. Just go as low as you can, but don't sacrifice your form by letting your hips drop or letting your head bob up and down, okay? All right, final 4 minutes. 8 rounds of jump rope. So here we go. Oh, my legs are jelly. 10 seconds rest. And 20 seconds of skipping. I might as well just tell you now that after the 8th interval, so when our 4 minutes is up and the timer does that long series of beeps to let me know that time is up, as soon as that beeping starts, that means the interval is over. It means our 4 minutes is done, and it means you can stop jumping rope. I am going to continue jumping rope until the beeping stops. So it's just like an extra 15 seconds or so of skipping. It's just something I like to do when I'm jumping rope because I like to finish strong. And the thing that reminded me to tell you about it is because in that first interval, I immediately tripped over my jump rope, which means that I lost a few seconds off of that work interval. So at the end of the 4 minutes, when the timer does that long series of beeps, I feel like if I keep jumping rope until the beeping stops, that extra 15 seconds or so makes me feel like I made up for whatever time I lost off of any of the previous work intervals if I was tripping over my jump rope. I do it even if I don't trip over my rope and if I don't lose time off of the previous work intervals. Because again, I just like to finish strong, but especially if I've done a lot of tripping over my jump rope for that 4 minutes, I feel like I'm making up for it. So you don't have to do it with me. You can stop as soon as time is up if you want, but just to give you a little heads up that I will be doing that. I am not mistaken, it's hard to keep count while I'm chit-chatting, but if I'm counting correctly, I believe that this is our second to last interval. So I'm gonna take a peek at my timer. I think we only have one more interval to go. Yes. So this is our 8th and final interval. So at the end of this 20 seconds is when we're gonna hear the long series of beeps. Okay, there's the timer beeping. So time is up. You can stop if you want, or you can just keep going with me. It's only like an extra, I think like 15, 20 seconds or so. All right, that's it. That is our 20 minutes of Tabata, plus for me 100 push-ups. We're almost done. We have just one rep left to go. No workout of mine is ever complete until we have done our bonus burpee. So we have just one rep left to go. However, when I do a jump rope workout, in addition to my bonus burpee, I also like to do a bonus set of 100 reps with my jump rope. 1 rep of jump rope means 1 revolution of the rope. So a set of 100 is just, we're counting 100 revolutions of the rope. It's totally optional, but if you would like to join me, we're just gonna do this quick little bonus. So just counting 100 revolutions like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. All right. So now that's 20 minutes of Tabata style HIIT training, 100 push-ups, a bonus set of 100 revolutions of the jump rope, and now we have just 1 rep left to go. Let's do our bonus burpee together, and then the workout will be officially complete. Here we go. Final rep of the day. With that, the workout is officially complete. And even with my little bonus set of jump rope and my bonus burpee, the whole thing only took me 28 minutes, which is great because that's all I have time for today. I feel great that I got this done. I thought it was a pretty good little workout, so I hope you enjoyed it too. If you did this workout with me today, thank you so much. Please let me know what you thought of it and how you did. Thank you to everyone who's been working out with me lately. And even if you're not working out with me, thank you for watching. Thank you for all of the likes. Thank you for all of your wonderful and supportive and engaging comments. Thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you to all of my new subscribers. If you are not subscribed already, please subscribe. And of course, a very great big thank you if you've been subscribed to my channel for years. Please know that I appreciate all of you so very much. And a super special thank you to those of you who watch the videos all the way to the end and comment with the secret code phrase of the day. So before I go, I will give you today's secret code phrase of the day. It is, remember, don't whistle on the elevator. So if you are still watching this video, hello, thank you. Please let me know that someone is still watching by going down to the comment section and leaving me a comment that says, remember, don't whistle on the elevator. As always, if anything is unclear, if you have questions about the format, if you need help with equipment-free substitutions or beginner modifications, please just ask. It is incredibly important to me that the workouts are always accessible to anyone and everyone who wants to do them with me, so I am always here to help facilitate that in any way I can. Do not hesitate to reach out if you have questions or if you need help. That is it for today, and I will see you all next time. Bye.